Good morning, YouTube. That's Thistle. You can probably hear him. He wants to be fed because, the cats haven't been fed since the year of our Lord yesterday. My rear tire on this motorcycle is so bald that I don't even have an analogy for it. Revzilla should be here this morning, and then we'll get that taken care of. In the meantime, it's interesting to be doing videos on YouTube, and I've done a bunch of them, and I've shared, my thoughts on things and all of that. But it occurs to me that if you only know me on YouTube, there's things about me you don't know. Settle down, it's nothing like that. But I started making kilts, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, because I wanted to wear kilts and I couldn't afford to buy kilts all the time. I got pretty good at making kilts. And I started going to Ren fairs, and then I wanted to wear like leather armor, and that's all expensive and I can't afford it. So I learned to make leather armor. So I do leather work, particularly and especially making armor pieces and helmets. I'll give you a montage now. As you can tell from this montage, most of my helmets involve horns of some type, because that just excites me. There's a great pun I can use there, and I'm not gonna because kids watch my show. The other thing is that in motorcycle helmets, I wear a 4X. Sometimes I wear a 5X. It's really hard for me to find a helmet that fits. And in my in my searching, I walked into the Harley Davidson shop. They were getting ready to move, and I bought this helmet, which actually, if anything, maybe a little big, for like 60 bucks. Traffic. That's my neighbor. This has roughly the shape of some of those helmets I make. And I was thinking it would be really neat to put horns on it, and then some other things. So I have these horns. I could sort of epoxy on there maybe, I don't know. But that's boring, so we'll have to add some other stuff. But it might come out pretty cool. I had earlier made this little visor for it. It just sort of snaps in. It's okay, I can do better. Got a little mount for my camera. Let's see what we can come up with. So I've got it marked out on here where they're gonna sit. I don't know, you probably can't see it really. No, there's a little bit. So I think that needs to be like buffed up some. Scratched up some. I think I need to use sandpaper on it so that the epoxy has something to adhere to. If you try to epoxy on really slick stuff like this, it doesn't always hold real well. So sanding's almost my least favorite thing to do, but we're gonna do it. I can feel some of you cringing. JB Weld 5-minute epoxy. Clean and repair area of dirt, grease, oil, paint, rust, etc. Snap off cast, press down, apply, press down the plunger, apply an even coat. Sets in 5 minutes, cures in 1 hour. So you clamp for a little while. Watch one of the horns fall off of your helmet anyway. Become very frustrated because you knew that was going to happen. Go get chainsaw, destroy helmet, feel even worse. This is a very oddly specific and detailed set of instructions. By the way, you know what the original design of a chainsaw was for? I like the ones with these little thingies because they mix it up for you, which is kind of cool. I love the smell of epoxy in the morning. I don't. I never liked the smell of epoxy. Okay, so this is this one. And it goes here. And this is this one, and it goes here. Maybe I should have done one at a time, but you know, I'm about to make that mistake a few more times before I finally learn it, I guess. And now I have to sit like this for 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes. I ended up having to hold that for more like 15 minutes. But FedEx is backing into my driveway, which means my tires are here. So, we'll come back to this later. Well, I don't really know if they're going to stay on. But the fortunate thing about these horns is they're not real important to me. They didn't stay on. I ended up having to re-epoxy one of them. But that's okay because I do feel like the epoxy will hold them while I'm riding with the wind and everything. But I also think that if I hit anything, if I came off of my motorcycle and hit the ground or whatever, that these horns would pop off before doing something drastic like breaking my neck. So it's a nice balance to hit. This is veg tanned leather, and veg tanned leather, if you get it wet, you can form it, especially if you use hot water, it'll harden in the position you dry it in. leather finish drying, and we'll epoxy it in place, and we'll do some paint. We'll have something pretty cool.